All right. Hello and welcome to the Spring 2026 Pre-Law Planning Session. My name is Xena Strench. I am the Chapter Operations Coordinator for Phi Alpha Delta. Thank you for joining me today as we dive into some essential planning for the spring semester. This session is designed to answer any questions you may have about chapter operations, such as your election process, ideas for recruitment, and any other questions you may have. These topics are important for not just keeping your chapter running, but thriving. This is helpful for developing leaders, strengthening our community, and your chapter throughout our semester and beyond. So let me just make sure everyone has been accepted, and then we will dive into it. Okay, I think we are all good. All right. All right. So my name again is Xena Strench. I'm the chapter operations coordinator. I might be the first person to reply if you ever reach out to PAD. Some of you I may have met before. We do have a few new faces this year. We have some membership growth consultants. So we have Derek and we have Elise. We also have LaChate Grayson, who is also a very helpful resource for training and growth for your chapter. We have Summer Stevens, who does our marketing work. So she runs our social media. Katie Gibbs, who is our deputy director. She is very helpful for people in chartering and revitalizing chapters and reacting chapters. And then, of course, we have some people behind the scenes. We have our front desk operator, Danny, and then we also have Leslie in IT, and then we have Andrew as our executive director. So, just diving into it. If you haven't explored our resource and policy page, please do. There are so many helpful resources on there. Pretty much any question you have can be answered through this page. So here is a list of some of the items you can find on there. If there's at any point any of these topics that you wanted to stop and dive into further, I'd like for this to be more of a Q&A than a lecture. So please raise your hand, speak up, and we can go into any of these topics further. Let's see. Okay. So we'll be talking more about chapter elections, recruitment, and planning and fundraising for pre-law conference. I hope you all can attend pre-law conference. It's a pretty valuable experience. It'll be happening this November in DC. We have plenty of time to explore the city as well as network with some legal professionals in the area, your fellow PAD pre-law students, and of course, our large law school expo will be going on, and that is a fantastic opportunity for any of our rising seniors. So going into elections, does anyone want to talk about their election process, experience, any questions they may have about it? If anyone has held a successful election and has any advice?
I could go. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm part of the Hofstra University chapter. Last semester when we had our e-board elections, the e-board at the time, they would have all the nomination forms be sent out 2 weeks before the election day. And then on the election day, everyone would give their speech. And then we also had our QR codes for people to scan. And then they had the Google form to complete their election. So only people in the room can vote.
Okay. And you felt that went successfully for your chapter?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a number of ways you can hold your election. It's however works for your chapter the best. Just as long as it's written in your bylaws and everybody has an understanding of it. Does anyone else want to share how their elections are going or any room they would like to improve in their elections?
I can share a little bit with how we do elections. Ours is pretty similar to what Anthony was talking about.
Which
Um,
chapter are you with?
we're with Tulane University.
Okay.
And so ours is similar where we release the form early on, and then we let our executive members and our board members submit like 2-minute videos. So that way, whenever elections come around, we just play the video instead of having them do prepared speeches so it goes smoother. And then we do like a pro, con, pro format to let our general body members kind of have a say and be able to like speak their minds before everybody votes.
Okay, that's a unique way to do it. Anybody else? I did get a question submitted to me. What is a good way to campaign? So I would say an answer to that is to be an involved member, number one, and to attend events, to have your face seen, have your voice heard. Applying for a chair position is a fantastic way to become an officer later. It really showcases what your skills are and your commitment to PAD. You can also ask advice from the person who is currently holding the position you're running for. They can definitely aid you, and we always recommend a long officer transition to ensure that everyone feels comfortable in their position before their officer exits. And then just express your interest to your peers. Let people know that you want to run and what you want to contribute. Um, so that is one of the questions we've had submitted. I'd also recommend having 2 or 3 strong um, ideas to run on and how you would implement those changes in your chapter. All right, does anyone else want to share before we move on? Any questions about your elections? Okay. Nope. Okay. So we do recommend that your faculty advisor is present as a monitor for your elections. We find it goes a lot smoother when we have them present. Make sure that everybody knows about the process for elections and you give people time to attend. Make sure they're there. And then, of course, make sure everybody is in good standing that is running for an officer position. You can request at any time, as many times as you want, a roster from me to confirm who is a paid and has submitted their application for membership through us. I do highly recommend you request a roster at, at least once a month, and especially before your initiation ceremony, because those will be the names of the people that will be sent their new member materials like their certificate and pin. If their name's not on there, we don't have a certificate for them. Okay, moving on. Okay, so this is a big one. What was your officer transition experience like? Was it positive? Is there anything you would change? Is there anything you think was lacking about it? I'd love to hear from you guys about how your experience was as a new officer. Does anyone want to share? No. Do you want to share again, Caroline?
I can, yeah, sure. So we have after elections happen, there's like a 2 or 3 week period where we transition. So that way old exec and new exec can have a couple board meetings together and before we leave them on their own. And then there's like a running transition doc that gets passed down every year. And the current people are supposed to update it, put in any changes so people can see everything that we've done in the past.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So they are left with some of a framework or a blueprint on how to operate. I'm assuming there's stuff like how to log into your social media accounts, banking information, things like that. We also have a transition guide on our resource page. You can have your own process like they have, or you can follow ours if you need a little bit of a template. So that is an awesome way to transition. Anybody else want to share?
To add on to Caroline,
Mhm.
so we do the same thing, and then we also have a group chat with the current and former e-board members, so we can just text each other for help anytime.
That's awesome that you continue that relationship. They're going on to law school. I mean, you can reach out to them, see if you can come visit their new chapter. Maybe they've become officers there as well. I highly encourage you to reach out to our law chapters, even if you don't know anyone there. We can give you contact information. They can help you with, you know, doing a tour of campus, advice on how to get into law school, um, anything that they can help you with. We can hook you up with their contact information. So don't be a stranger if there's any universities that your members are leaning towards when they go to apply. Okay, I'm gonna just move along. Here is an example of an officer transition checklist. Um, I would go ahead and take a picture of this page. We also have this on our resource page. But one of the ones I wanted to note on there is our programming calendar. The reason we ask for it in advance, especially for the spring semester, is that you want to leave your officers with a plan. They don't want to start the semester from scratch. So if you have something established for them to follow, they can always modify it how they wish. But that is just so you go into each semester with a plan, and that can be a very daunting task if you have new officers headed into the fall. So our next calendars will be due in April. That's our fall calendar. Um, and if you don't know what's going to happen in April, what you should even put on there, submit what you have and we will give you advice on how to fill in the blanks there. Does anyone have any questions about transitions?
Not a question, but
Yeah.
for our chapter, our term goes from spring to fall. So then
Mhm.
in the spring, the old e-board number can still help the new.
Yeah. And you always want to make sure you have officers that are willing to serve at least a year. For that reason, where no position is left vacant, nobody is left scrambling, anything like that. Okay, going into deadlines. We have our election deadline coming up the next couple of months. You can hold your elections as soon as you want. The longer the transition, the better. Just remember to report the new names so we can recognize them and we can change our correspondence so you're no longer getting emails and they are. We are going to have our virtual initiation ceremony. This is a good option for anyone who can't attend yours, or if you're having difficulty finding the space or time to hold two initiation ceremonies, as we recommend. We do recommend you hold two for people who join later or cannot attend the first. And then award applications are due the first Monday of June. You can submit award applications as often as you want leading up to June 1st. So if you are holding any event or anything officer you want to recognize, go ahead and submit an application. Um, we recommend appointing an events chair or awards chair. So after every successful event, you can go ahead and just submit an application. We love to recognize and showcase the events that you're holding. All right. Any questions? Interrupt me at any time. I would love this to be more of a Q&A. Um, so taking a moment to discuss the reasons why you joined Phi Alpha Delta and what are some of your most successful events within your chapter? Is there anything you want to show off that your chapter is doing? Nobody? Anthony, do you have anything you want to show off? No. Okay. Oh, we'd love to hear about what you're doing. We'd love to recognize your chapter for its success. So if you have anything you'd like to submit as an award, go for it. Here's our programming calendar again. We have a list of what we expect you to do. This is more of a kind of a healthy template to make sure that you're supplying programming that we think your membership would want. Um, Again, if you're having difficulty coming up with stuff, we can provide you with examples of events you should be holding. Also, our sponsors do hold webinars if you'd like to use them as professional event opportunities. They will also speak with your chapter if you need assistance with LSAT prep. And then we do want you to be recruiting at least once a month to keep your chapter healthy. We do recommend fundraiser to, to go towards pre-law conference and then to donate your time to your charitable events there. So donate your time and fund for your professional development opportunities. Besides that, this is a fantastic recruitment tool. We also recommend having the calendar done in advance so that you can show people what your chapter is going to be doing each semester. You can post it on your social media. People will attend if they can plan. We find a lot of people are saying they don't have attendance at their events, but they don't have a calendar posted on their social media. So it is hard for people to plan that way. So use your calendar as a recruiting tool. Anyone have a question about calendars? I know some chapters operate on the quarter system, and I would just take this and cut it in half, you know, 4 professional development activities for each quarter. I mean, 2 for each quarter.
Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes.
La Chate is trying to get into the webinar. Can you please let her in? Thank
Yeah.
you.
Let's see. Oh, I see it right there. Okay. Moving on to fundraising. So does anyone want to share any of the fundraising opportunities that they have in their chapter? Anyone want to share? I know t-shirt sales and restaurant percentage nights have been really successful. We also have a lot of people doing Pia Brother. Is anyone doing any of these to fundraise? No? Okay. We also have your faculty advisors as a good resource for fundraising. They can often provide you any funding your school may have to aid you with either going to pre-law conference or any other professional development opportunities your chapter may found. So that's a great tool for fundraising there. Is anyone holding any successful fundraisers they want to talk about? I know there's some chapters who would like support in these areas.
So we had like a popcorn fundraiser. I think it was part of like Too Good or something. But yeah, we raised over, I think it was over $5,000, and
Oh,
then
wow.
we personally took in half of that, and then the other half went to our charity.
And what charity is that?
Um, that's the old e-board. Let me check.
Some good cause. Okay, well, that's great. So yeah, there's a variety of opportunities you can come up with for fundraising. Those are just some examples.
Okay. So it was with Double Good. So Double Good is the popcorn that we went through. And then we gave it to the Innocence Project.
Okay. Do you know what they do?
Um,
It's okay. All right. So I did want to announce to everybody, this is not public yet, but this is going to be the date for our pre-law conference this year, right outside of DC in Alexandria, Virginia. So I would start planning now. We do have planning guides available to you, and we do have financial assistance available to your chapter. So why is pre-law conference important? It is a fantastic opportunity to network with your fellow PAD members and also some of our practicing judges, attorneys, and legal professionals in the DC area. We'll have pre-law mock trial going on. We're also going to have our large law school expo. The expo will feature law school admissions representatives. A lot of them do waive application fees, so there's a great value in that as well. And these law schools are not just from the DC area, they're coming from all over the country. We would love as many members of your chapter to attend as are interested. We do expect at least one representative from each chapter. We are going to offer the registration waiver for one member of your chapter to help make that possible. I know that in the past, some chapters have asked if they could divide that waiver between 2 students, and we are willing to do that. So they would just have to pay the remaining cost of registration. We also have grants available. Those do go fast, so I encourage you to apply for those soon. I do encourage anyone who is interested to register now. You can lock in your registration price without paying for it now. So you can lock in that low rate just by registering. So if anyone is interested or needs additional support with finding a way to get their chapter there, please reach out to me. We'd love to find an opportunity for you to get there. We are also going to waive the registration for your faculty advisor if that helps support your chapter. Does anyone have questions about pre-law conference, what to expect, or anything? And has anyone attended in the past and would like to speak about it?
I
Hi,
do have
yeah,
one.
I have.
Oh,
Okay. Hi, Sophia. What chapter are you with?
I'm with the University of South Carolina.
Okay, welcome.
Hi, thank you. Yeah, no, the pre-law chapter was absolutely amazing. I networked with so many other people. I know that a lot of people from my chapter networked with a lot of other people. We even got closer with each other, and it made us a stronger brotherhood. It was just, I cannot say enough good words about it.
I'm so glad you had a good experience, and we hope to see your chapter there again this year.
Thank you so much.
Yep. So I do hope that all of you attend, at least one representative from each chapter. I would advertise this to your rising seniors as well for the Law School Expo component. That would be great for them. And then your one representative does not need to be an officer. So anyone interested can attend. I'm going to move on to recruitment. I did get a question posted for this one, and it was how to get your current membership more involved in recruitment. So I do recommend appointing someone to be your recruitment chair, new member chair, or even to have a whole committee. This not only gives them, incentive to participate, but also helps them prepare for potential leadership in the future if they also wanted to become an officer. Anything you can do to alleviate some of the responsibility of being an officer can really help your chapter, and it can make your membership more involved. I will say we do supply recruitment materials at no cost to you. You can at any time request a recruitment box. And please do comment if you want more things, if you'd like to see any changes in our recruitment box, because we do curate these based on your requests. So what you would find in our recruitment box would be some of our sponsor materials. You'll have stickers, pins, tabling materials for that. You will also have cards with QR codes that you can give away. I do recommend if you do have a committee to just supply them with a stack of cards that they can give out to people to scan. There's going to be brochures about our national events, lots of material for tabling. But again, if there's something else you would like to see in that box, please let us know. You can continuously request them if you run out of materials. We do also have online resources. You can print out interest lists, things like that. Um, and then also with that, what was I gonna say? That sorry, that's basically it. And again, yes, use your spring calendar for advertisement for your recruitment events and your upcoming programming. Oh, I was gonna also comment on if we do not have your current social media links, please send them to us. We are finding that students are joining chapters without ever meeting their officers, and they often do that by visiting our pre-law page and clicking on your social media. So again, you can request a roster at any time because there may be names on there that you have not met yet, and you can reach out to them. Does oh, does anyone have any recruitment tips they want to share with us? Anything that's working? Nope.
Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Hi, my name is Luke. I'm also from the Tulane chapter with Caroline. We have like a membership committee that's like a group of people who work on recruitment to kind of like spread the work out and like planning. Um, and we try to do like fun activities for the new members during recruitment to get them to get to know each other. We find that like we do in the past we've done things where we've had set like different tables where each table has a little sign that's like an area of law. And so you go to a table that like is an area of law that you are interested in. And that I think helps people make friends. So they're already meeting brothers before they're even being initiated. And we find that that really helps people like actually commit to being in PAD and staying active in the chapter because they're making friends quicker in the process.
That is a really unique way to do it, and I love that. I think that can really help them build a connection. Does anyone else want to share something that they do differently for recruiting? No? Okay. Well, I'd like just to remind you, recruitment can go on all year long. Anyone can join your chapter at any time as long as that's within your university's regulations. This is the future of your chapter. You're not just recruiting new members, you're recruiting potential officers. So this is your legacy. And then I just want to go over our open membership policy. This states that anyone in good standing as your university defines it may join PAD at any time. Do not require extra steps to join. We cannot have interviews, quizzes, essays, surveys, anything. We cannot use Greek language that may give people the impression that they cannot join, such as bids, rush, pledges, anything like that. We also have a zero hazing tolerance policy. So just be kind to everyone. And this is our policy. Okay. How to join. This is something that every one of your officers and members should know how to explain to someone off the top of their head. You just need to submit an application online, pay the initiation fee, and then be invited to an initiation ceremony. You can make it mandatory to have local dues, but there cannot be any extra steps to join. So every one of your members should be able to direct people to our website. And then again, you just request a roster to confirm that these people have taken these steps. Any questions on that? No. Okay. All right, fees and dues. So right now the pre-law fee is $150. It is $100 to join at the law school level, but as pre-law, you only need to pay $80 as a transition fee. After that, you are a member for life. If you do not transition your membership, you will go inactive in our system and you will no longer have access to your benefits or network. So for everyone who's graduating this spring, you just need to submit your transition form. We will email you that form and you select what law school you're going to, and we will go ahead and take care of that for you. We also have an auxiliary option if you're not going on to law school right away. This will connect you with a network of legal professionals, gap year students, and anyone in between. Some people who are in the master's program or do not have a chapter at their university. And then you also will continually have access to your benefits. If you ever or any of your members want to transition to another school, there is no fee. You just need to submit a form so we can update it in our system and connect you with your new officers. So again, once you're at law school, you are a member for life. You can join an alumni chapter afterwards for free, and you will always have access to your account and benefits. We highly recommend not collecting our initiation fee directly and just directing people to our website. It can cause a lot of confusion, and members are not officially joined if we do not receive their payment. It is easier for you just to direct them there, request a roster, and that's the way you can track that payment. And then we did get some questions submitted about banking. We can either assist you with creating a bank account, or you can create one on your own and we can supply you with the necessary documents to open it. It is required that the bank account is directly linked to a chapter and not an individual. This also protects that individual from having to pay taxes themselves. But we have some recommended routes for doing this. We have a great new sponsor, Switch. Switch is an online banking option, and they are offering incentives to people who newly join, such as putting funds in their accounts for them as a startup fund. We also recommend Zelle and PayPal. They do not have fees, so that's better for everyone. And then with collecting dues, you can have any system you want to do that. We just would like it outlined in your bylaws so that everybody understands how the dues collection process works. It is important also to explain to your members the difference between their initiation fee and their annual dues. So do we have any questions about that or any advice on how people are collecting their payments? No. All right. If your chapter needs any assistance with banking, please reach out to us. We can help you get your EIN number or your banking authorization letters, anything you need with that. Let's see. Again, yes, your local dues need to be written in your bylaws. I will bring this up now. We had a question submitted about amending bylaws. That is in our operations guide. So you can amend your bylaws in particular sections. I could read them out to you, but they're located on our operations guide. So we do want you to have the flexibility to make your bylaws reflect your chapter's best interests, but there are some sections that we cannot alter. So if you'd like to change your bylaws, you would submit them to us for review, and then your chapter will need to vote on them. And that is the process for that. Please interrupt me if you have any questions about that. And then briefly, a lot of people have reached out about being tax exempt. We have a 501c3 entity within PAD, but we are a 501c7, which is social and is not a charitable entity. So when you were doing fundraisers, we cannot support you with the nonprofit side of it. Okay. Here is our new partner switch. I would go explore them. There's a link located on our benefits page. Again, they are offering incentives to join right now, so this might be a good option for you. Free, no contracts, no fees. So it's pretty nice option. Again, our benefits page is going to have a whole lot of just great sponsors, discounts, anything like that. I would explore it. Find something that resonates with your chapter and you can use it to advertise for recruitment or just help people save money. We do find that you more than pay for your initiation fee by using just one or two of our sponsors. All right. Oh, here's the QR code. I'll give that a minute. You. All right. Okay. Here is all the links to our page. I'm gonna post this as well. I did have questions posted about our partners and sponsorships. Our sponsors have non-exclusivity clauses, which means that you can use other sponsors. But I would explore our options first. Some of our sponsors for like LSAT prep include Blueprint, Kaplan, Princeton Review. If you want to go another direction, we just ask that you submit your sponsor contract that we can review. What we're mainly looking for is also a non-exclusivity clause, which means that it would not interfere with PAD's current sponsorships. So if you ever want to explore other options, please let us know and we will review for you. Some of our programs here, we have our gold program, our diversity program. We have Society of Scholars, which is for people with high GPAs. They can apply for different scholarships. We give out twice a year, $250 plus benefits to our winners. So that is something to explore. If you don't quite make the GPA requirements, you can always add a clause to why you think you should be accepted. And if it's within reason, we do accept you. So I would advertise that to your membership. There may be some people here who have had spring winners in their chapter, and we have contacted you to promote that within your chapter as well. Again, you can apply for awards for additional recognition. Okay. I will say that our biggest benefit is our network. Please feel free to reach out if you need contacts of anyone, such as guest speakers, alumni, internship opportunities, anything like that. We'd love to hook you up with that. Again, this is saying that we need to review your contracts. And if you have any suggestions for people that we should sponsor with, we'd love to hear them. Well, if anyone has been benefiting your chapter in a positive way, company-wise, we'd love to hear about it. All right. Transitions. As we're coming into the spring semester, we're going to have a lot of people graduating. Again, if you do not transfer your membership, you will become inactive and eventually deleted in our system. So you can go two ways. You can go to auxiliary, especially if you're taking a year off as a pre-law student, you can rejoin as a pre-law student. You can go from auxiliary to law, which is also discounted. And then once you're a law, you're an alumni for life. So if you have membership that are graduating, I would reach out to them so we can get them in contact with their new chapter. Okay. New member materials. I try to say this as much as possible with our emails, but please request your new member materials as soon as possible. You do not need to wait to request them. If you are trying to figure out what room you're going to be in, anything like that, if you're waiting for people to join, just request them. It does take a while to get to you. We will send them to you on a rolling basis once you've requested them. So every month, week, whenever the cycle is going, we will send you new materials. So you do not have to wait. The only time you need to resubmit materials at the start of the semester or if you add another initiation date. So if you request materials, say for a ceremony on February 8th, they're not going to get to you on time. You need to submit them, I would say at least 2 to 3, even further out in advance to make sure that your members are getting them on time. We do offer a service where you can get one certificate sent to you. It is a $15 charge, or they can just wait for the next semester if they miss it. Besides that, if your materials do not come in time, we suggest handing out a carnation as a placeholder and then presenting a certificate in your next meeting. So there is a link for requesting your materials. You can use that link or you can email me. I do need your initiation date and address to send it to you. Any questions with that? Okay. Again, please request these as early as possible. Okay. So here are some of the valuable links we have for you here. Rosters, you can request them at any time. Materials, please request in advance. Recruitment materials are free. You can request them as often as you want. And then we do have payment plans open to your membership as well. They can be initiated once they've started this plan. We will send their materials to you. Okay. Here's another page that I would take a picture of. Some important dates coming up. If you want to look over that. A lot of these we have already gone over. All right. So I just want to open up the floor now to anyone who has any additional questions or wants to share anything that their chapter is doing. Does anyone want to share what their chapter's up to this semester?
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Deborah Jones and I'm from Columbus State University. And I had a question about like if we need help with like fundraising, either like prep or like ideas, as well as like trying to get our chapter to national, like do I email your email or do just like the national email
Yeah,
about
you can reach out to me at xena@pad.org right here. We can help you with either locating who on your campus can help you with funding or any fundraiser opportunities you may have, and then advice on how to apply for our financial aid as well. But anything you have a question about, besides that too, if you're trying to pursue any sort of opportunity for your chapter and you think we can assist you, please reach out because we probably can't help you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Anyone else? You can also email me. anything you want after this meeting. I'm gonna go ahead and stop recording so that we don't have this on there.